Coming in, they've won 6 in a row, but you guys have owned them here of late, winning 4 against them. Something's got to give here.
Yeah, well, first of all, Georgetown's really playing well. Defensively, they've been excellent, but they're shooting the ball much better than they did earlier in the year, earlier in the Big East Conference. And I think they, obviously they found their rhythm, their formula for success. Very physical team, but like you said, we've had some very close games with Georgetown. And one thing I'll say, we've won 4 in a row, but 3 of them have been on the last possession. And I think all three of those 4 wins, we had to come from behind to win the game. So they've been battle royals. Even the game we won here a couple of years ago, it ended up 15 or 20, but it was a battle for 34 minutes. It was a tie game. So I would expect nothing less Friday night other than the traditional Cincinnati Big East versus Georgetown battle royal, and we just got to make sure we keep grinding.
Is that a mental edge you think in the back of your players' mind, knowing that they've owned them in the last 4 times? I mean,
boy, because it's tough to say. I think our guys are smart enough. I'm smart enough to know, as I pointed out to them, that we've been fortunate to win some very close games. I think if anything, the mental edge might go to Georgetown, thinking, hey, we got to beat these guys. But at the same time, really all that stuff goes out the window. You got 2 different teams this year, and it all comes down to execution. And their size is a concern, their rebounding is a concern, their defense is a concern, and they probably have arguably the best all-around player in the Big East in Otto Porter. He's a great player.
Do you feel pretty good where you are defensively, though, to slow them down a little bit with the shooting percentage they have been getting?
Well, defending them is different. And fortunately, we had 2 days, even though yesterday we had to rest a little bit. They're a tough team to prepare for with limited preparation because of their offense. It's so intricate the way they do things, very different than anybody else you play. So the thing that would comfort me is that we have some veteran guys that have played against their offense before, and we kind of understand what they're trying to do to you with their offense. And we kind of have a system of how we try to defend them. I think the thing about Georgetown people don't realize is how good they are on defense. And that's been a signature of John Thompson III since he's been the coach. And it's extremely hard to score against them, especially in the paint, which has kind of been a theme here over the last 3 games with Pitt and Villanova as well.
You talk a little bit more about Porter and just the problems that his versatility presents, because he can hurt you in so many different ways.
Yeah, I would just, for me, he can shoot. He can make shots, and he's 6'9", which is very different. So the thing that concerns me is his shot making, and he makes them, whether it's a 3-point shot, the 16-footer he's a master of, and then his offensive rebounding. He's not a blazing guy off the dribble, and they're not a dribble team anyway, they're a pass team. But his ability to make shots at a high percentage, he doesn't get a lot of layups. He makes a lot of jumpers from 10 to 22 feet. He's got a great stroke. He's playing with extreme confidence as well.
I know you won't talk about your game plan to try and slow him, but how have other teams attempted? Have they been different methods or to try and slow him down, Porter in particular?
Well, I think everybody tries to deal with the backdoor and the spread offense that they run in different ways. Some people try zone, some people try man. The thing about the Big East, there's so many different styles of play. I think you can't change your style when you play against them. And it's matchups as well, having somebody, he's playing the 3 at 6'10", having somebody that can defend him, whether he posts up or his jump shot. That's the real problem is the mismatch. And do you have somebody that can guard him, which will be the biggest challenge for us. Obviously, Jaquan will probably start on him.
You guys broke out a little bit as far as shooting the other night. Do you think it was getting to a point where there was maybe a little bit of a confidence problem with some guys?
No, I think maybe for fans and media, not for us. That's why I try to explain to everybody, let me coach the team. And you got to understand, as a fan that you're going to have highs and lows offensively. You got to worry about things you can control: defense, rebounding, togetherness, hustle, playing hard, diving on the floor. Stay focused on those things. You start worrying about whether shots go in, you drive yourself crazy. As a coach, as a fan, and as a player, you can't have players worrying about stuff like that. We need to cheer for the Bearcats and respect the fact that guys are giving everything they got. And you got to realize guys are going to go hot, guys are going to go cold. The key is getting each other open shots, breaking down the defense and getting open shots and staying aggressive. And that's what I preach to our guys every day. Hopefully we'll be able to keep that mindset. But you got to know there's going to be hot and cold to it. That's part of it. Especially when you're a perimeter-oriented team, which is what we are on the offensive end. I mean, I don't know how many games we've played already, but let's just be honest. Our scorers are all on the perimeter, so you're gonna get hot and cold. We just got to continue to try to stay confident and also get to the foul line too. I think that's you can't just live at the three-point line. You got to get to the foul line also.
You like being in this spot at 9 o'clock Friday night. Usually it's NBA on Friday night, but this is, and you guys playing big games and big showcases all the time. Is this what you would consider another one or not?
I don't know. For me, it's are we the only game?
Yeah. All-Star weekend.
Oh, that's right.
So you're it.
Yeah, the only thing is, all I can think about is recruiting. So, there's most of the high school kids are probably playing tomorrow night, so that's not a good thing, unless they're already in the tournament play, which I guess a lot of people are in tournament play, or getting there where there's no more Friday night games, so to speak. You got them on different nights. So for me, it's just a matter of exposure and getting the opportunity to be on TV where all kids across America see your team play. That's really how I look at it. Other than that, it's the next game, and every game at this point is bigger. And as you get closer to Selection Sunday, games get bigger and bigger, no matter who you play or what time you play.
You talked about Jaquan a lot over his time here, and toughness is always where it starts with him. But as an offensive skill player, how has he developed, maybe even over the last year, it seems?
Well, just getting him into a comfort zone, and he's such a good kid. I think at times he's trying to do what I want him to do, which is execute the offense when we know we're struggling in that area. And for me, we finally got him thinking in an attack mode against Villanova. 4 shots isn't enough for him, which is what he took against Pittsburgh, and he's got to get enough shots to get a chance at double figures, and he's got to stay aggressive. And I got to help him with that and put him in situations to where he can be aggressive. And he's thinking offense, he's thinking shot, he's thinking attack. And for us to win, let's just be honest. I mean, he's got to play that way. For us to be a high-level team, he's got to be a double-figure guy, or he's got to at least be in attack mode on the offensive end and learn when to pick his spots. And I got to make sure that I don't allow him to slip into a mode of where he's just trying to go to offensive rebound, where he's looking to be an integral part of our offense. That's big for us as we go forward. It's going to have to continue to be that for him.
Is that part of what happened? Because early in the season, even in your big early non-conference games, he took a lot of shots. It was really aggressive, but maybe he felt like he needed to be more in the interior. Just one of those things that happens.
Yeah, he's such a good guy. You start working on execution in practice, and he's just thinking about running the offense. And he's catching the ball and freezing instead of catching and attacking. He's always trying to please you as a coach, which I appreciate. And I think other times, instead of spotting up off the ball, he's always looking to go rebound. When he's taking himself out of offensive opportunities where the guys would be spraying the ball out to him to where he could shoot it or attack, he's trying to always go get the offensive rebound. So we showed him a lot of film of that and making sure that he's spacing and spotting up more so he would have more opportunities.
Cash needs 1 steal to set a school record. Could you just speak to what he's meant to this program in his time here and getting it back to where it is?
Well, I think it speaks for itself when you look at, his freshman year, he was still not healthy. His ACL recovery had definite setbacks. But since he's been our starting point guard for the last 3 years, we're an NCAA tournament team. So that really speaks for itself. And, you look at when he's healthy and playing well, how good we are. He's done it through battling a lot of injuries. I want nothing more than for him to be able to stay healthy and be able to play his best down the stretch. for him. Obviously, it's going to help us win games, but the kid's battled through a multitude of injuries and been a tremendous leader for our team. And he's, I've watched him grow up a lot in the last 5 years.